Can you share some of the big lessons you've learned by building this company?
Yeah, I would say number one lesson is that what matters most is that you are creating value for clients and that you think about the way that you sell your services in terms of the value that you're going to deliver, not in terms of what the standard price is or the standard offering is. And that's where how we aligned on this kind of more unique offering of strategy plus software, because I realized that just building what people asked for didn't give them nearly as much value as if I were to go in and offer my own advice on what to do, like in terms of sequence or what features to build, because we can drive more value towards success. Because I've done it so many times, and a lot of our clients, it's their first time going through this kind of process. So there's so much more we can offer. That's one of the big things. The other, just for entrepreneurs, it's really important to recognize that it's a marathon, not a sprint. In fact, now it's maybe like an Ironman for me, going into double digits of years. I had to learn that you can't get too excited about wins and you can't get too depressed about losses. And at the end of the day, what really matters is just making it to the next quarter and the next quarter and keeping the company profitable and growing. And as long as you maintain that, then you can sustain any ups and downs along the way. And it's just important to have that kind of resilience. And I've always seen challenges as an opportunity. So for example, we just talked about when I lost 2 clients in very early days. More recently in COVID, that week that everything shut down, we also got calls from half our clients during that 1 week in March saying, hey, we need to pause things because we're really nervous about the economy. We love you guys, but we are just nervous. So we're pausing. We lost half of our business. And for me, that was an opportunity to hustle and go get bigger, better clients, and ended up having the best quarter that we had up to that point in Q2 2020, starting April to June then. So I've always seen just any kind of challenge that comes up as that trigger to go and hustle and do better. But it's really important to just rein in your energy and be ready for those downsides. And also when you have a win, celebrate it, but don't put all your eggs in one basket kind of thing.
Yeah. So you mentioned obviously building a client service business where you're people heavy, you're providing a service which is not often scalable, right? It's a lot difficult to do than sometimes you're helping other people do, which is build products that are a lot more scalable, right? And it's exponential in terms of revenue potential as well. So what are some things you put in place in terms of systems and process or even frameworks that you use, whether it be like, I don't know if you've heard of like Traction or EOS or anything like that, to actually manage the organization and the business and to remove yourself as much as possible from the day-to-day?
Absolutely. So the way that we have structured our business to keep it really simple is just into 3 departments. It's client fulfillment, and that's anything and everything having to do with the client and their entire life cycle, from strategy to design to development, front end, back end, DevOps to quality control, all of that. All of that is the work for the clients. And then there's operations, which includes everything from finance, accounting, legal, HR, all of these day-to-day tasks that need to be managed by someone on the team, and then sales and marketing. And so with those 3 different departments, I've found that the best way to replace myself is to make sure that there are people who are leading up each of those areas.